I was all angry, 300 level, I'm going to drop out. Thank God I didn't drop out. I didn't drop out.
School no be scam.
And I was straight A student. I was going to drop out. No, these posters cannot do anything. So that was my imagination then, right? When I started trading, it started affecting my academics in a way, right? Because I was spending a lot more time like on the chat, while my academics, I wasn't reading that much again. So anytime I had any major loss like that, all those losses like that, I just divert that energy, that 5 hours, 6 hours reading straight. I'll just read, not because I want to, but that was a way of me escaping.
So for every loss you had,
yes, read. Do you really have an edge in terms of strategy?
Yeah.
Right? Not just risk management. Of course, risk management is the holy grail or but without an edge, you will blow the account slowly. It's trading psychology. You have to tackle that also, your trading psychology. Is it that you've lost confidence? There are times like that. To be fair and to be sincere, probably maybe 2 of my trades SL, 3 of my trades SL. I'm like, okay, what's happening? One of the things I do is I go on my small account, say Saint account or a small standard account, or even a demo account, and begin to take trade there. Just to the goal is just to build confidence back. You have to be audacious when it comes to trading.
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of the Traders Corner. With me, I have Demola Global, not local, global. Nice to have you here, Demola. So today we'll be talking about how to handle losses as a trader. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or professional trader, we'll be addressing that issue today. And I am hosting Demola. He's going to take you through how to handle this thing. Firstly, Demola, what was your trading journey like when you first started?
Okay, thank you so much, Cynthia. So I would say at the beginning of my journey, it was quite interesting because I entered into the trading industry while I was still in school. I think 300 level thereabouts.
But what was your motive?
Yes, of course, I wanted to make money.
It wasn't passion?
No, passion. I won't, probably not passion at the beginning, right? Because I just wanted to make money, right? And the funny thing was because I read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I was all angry, 300 level, I'm going to drop out. Thank God I didn't drop out. I didn't drop out.
School no be scam.
And I was straight A student. I was going to drop out. No, these posters cannot do anything. So that was my imagination then, right? And I was having those contemplations. So I jumped into learning about what other ways to make money, right? Because I don't want to be that person that will always depend on salary. That was my thinking then. I just want to be independent. You reading those kind of books for the first time, it exposes, especially if you don't have that kind of background. Yes. You just have this kind of entrepreneurial vibe. Let's go, let's change the world. So that was what happened. And then I was taking home lesson. I was doing home lesson, was just barely surviving with that during my break. So on getting to school, 300 level, first semester, I think I met a friend. I saw him, his lifestyle last semester compared to this semester was totally different. It was clear, like there was a clear difference, like day and night. You could see this guy was using
his life changed like day and night.
Of course. This guy that was looking for 2K before, now 300 levels first semester came to school with the latest iPhone, came with his car and all of this thing.
And it was not Yahoo Yahoo.
It wasn't Yahoo. Of course, at the beginning I thought it was probably, God forgive me, Sha. I thought it was really into fraud. But then I saw him one day mistakenly, and it wasn't even Forex at then. It was all these binary options. Yes. Remember binary option. So that was what the guy was doing. And then I saw I came across his chart, maybe in class. Yeah, when we were having lecture, I came across his chart. I was sitting maybe I think behind him, and then I saw him just trying to do some things on his phone. So I got interested and was like, what are you doing? Prior to that time at home, I came online and I started also researching on ways to make money. came across forex trading through boss.
Oh, so you
Pastor
have been an
yes,
ardent follower of
of
his.
course, for a very long time. So I've seen him mention things around forex trading, but I just didn't have an idea of what it was. So when I came to school, I saw the guy doing that, and then the whole lifestyle changed, like the lifestyle upgrade. I was like, I want this. Like, I who
So
wouldn't
at
want
that
this?
moment, you
Yes,
knew that you
yes,
wanted
yes,
that
yes,
for you.
yes. Of course, I
That's
wanted
really
that
inspiring.
because we are both looking for 2K.
Urgent 2K.
Yes. Last semester, this semester, this guy left the WhatsApp group. So,
Last 2K.
yeah. So I had to just start looking for ways to also benefit from this market. And then I spoke to him, introduced me, and there and then he funded, I think, $10 to really show me some stuff. And he was trying to experiment with binary option. You know, those things are with tick. 1 minute,
Yes.
1 seconds, and I think seconds ticks. So in my eye, this guy blew $10 and it was like he wanted to show me to experiment that this thing actually works. And I was surprised. $10 then was around maybe 300 or so, 35 or so, like 35, just to show me that this thing works.
You were defined. Okay.
So that was the whole stuff. And from there, I started learning, and I was fortunate enough and I was lucky. He funded my first $10 account and then gave me. Now, looking back, I can't say exactly how I was able to trade that account, but I knew I did something. And then the account grew from $10 to 40. Yes. And I was thinking I made my home lesson salary
In
in
few
less than
days.
2 days,
Oh,
less than
wow.
48 hours. Like, I can never do home lesson again.
Mado.
Yeah. So at that point, I was very intrigued. I'm like, this thing actually works. So from there, of course, those are beginner's luck, right? Beginner's luck. And then that was the journey. Actually, that was the journey. Me also signing up for there's this course, Sunshine Helping Group. Yes, yes.
Sunshine Scalping
Yeah.
Plus.
So I think is it start
Was it
the
free
first
or
one, the
paid?
free version, the free
Okay.
version. That was like the major introduction into forex as a whole. So because from there, I knew before then there was a disclaimer that if you're new to the forex industry, you should read on baby pips. So I did some findings on baby pips by myself. Go there, read through all of those things, add that information. So I was beginning to like entry level into the industry. From there, that would just be a summary of my trading journey, actually. So that year, in my second semester, 300 level, I'm done with school now. I finished this year. So that's the journey. And we're still at the
That's
journey.
really nice and inspiring. I
Yeah.
hope you told your friend that was your major
In
inspiration.
no, it was
All
actually,
right.
but
Shout
now
out
we
to your
lost.
friend.
We lost. Shout out to you, Mo.
All right. So, and when you started out, was it win, or you had losses?
Okay.
You know, some
Okay.
people are lucky to encounter win at the
Okay.
beginning.
Yes, I think I had my own fair share of beginner's luck, right? Which was the $10 to 40 thereabout. And then I had other few ones because I was doing binary option then. It wasn't like it was Forex. It was just 1 second. You just should I go the you just do tinko, and then the thing goes up. You get. So it was more of a guesswork than using actual technical analysis. So I knew I made some few money there and there and there and then. I was joining several signal groups, just joining groups, especially those South African signal groups. And then I was doing that. I had my own fair share. I was making a little bit here and there, a little here and there, you get. So I would say I had my own share of wins at the beginning, right? Which was purely luck, right? But then I had my share, a large portion of losses. I had it. Man, goodness. I can't begin to imagine, right? I've lost count. I've lost count personally, right?
So the first time you made your major loss, did you feel like a failure? What impact did it have on you?
Feeling failure is I think
You
this
know, some
thing,
people lose a lot of money trading,
yes.
and then they kind of attach how they feel to who they are. They're like, I have failed in life because guy, why did I lose this money? So was it like that for
Yeah.
you?
Okay, for me personally,
What's flowing now?
truly speaking, I was actually inspired when I saw um last year's video where um the remaining guys were like, okay, I've not blown an account before, I've
Yeah.
not had every single thing they said they've never done, I've done it. Cried. This is here. I've cried.
But I thought men don't cry.
Wow. Yes, I've cried, man. I've cried. I've felt all the emotions. I think just every single emotion you think you can imagine, I've felt. I've
Mm.
felt it. Suicidal, yes, now. Sure. Ah, I think
Wow.
that was the highest. And I think after that day, I felt, nah, nothing can happen. There's nothing that can happen. Because how will you explain, waking up, sleeping around, let's say, 11:10? No, 11:10 is still quite late. Say by 9 o'clock, slept 9 o'clock with $1,000 profit. Account close, you're not in any open position, nothing, no pending order set. And then you woke up by 3 o'clock and you just like, let me just check this chart. And then you saw zero, zero.
Wait, there was no trade running. Has to be village people.
You saw zero.
Has to be village people
You saw
because
zero, zero, and you thought it was a dream, right? Close your eyes and say, no.
you say
From
they
me,
trust.
probably I'm dreaming. And then you woke up the next morning. And of course, woke up to reality. It's not a dream. Actually, everything is gone. Everything was actually gone. And what happened was I had these um, guys trading the account. So probably somebody slept up, started clicking funny, funny things on the account, and then the whole account just went. So there's a lot of story behind that, right? But the truth is, I had my own share. I had my own in the market. Truth be
I
told.
hope that wasn't someone's money or people's money.
Okay, I would say it's not. mm, it was, but a senior friend that knows everything about trading. He knew the risks involved, right? It was a senior friend. Like we had this, he was seeing everything that was going. So like it was a senior friend, and then the money also was something at that time, not something we were really willing to lose, but not something that would affect that much. Not me personally, because it affected me, but the person. Yeah.
All
So
right. And you didn't have any effect on it ever.
no, not that bad.
How were you able to move on
Okay.
from the effect the losses had on you at that time?
Wow, interesting. So you have to move on. You have to move on. That's just it, right? I was able to move on. Truly speaking, those moments I withdrew from the chat. I wasn't trading because how do I explain $1,000 turning into zero zero? No, I wasn't trading. Just came left chat. Okay, what happened? Let me resolve. So I had to resolve all of those, communicate with people involved, and all of that, right? But personally, what I was doing, I just stayed on the sideline. And interestingly, after the thing happened, I deleted MT4 and MT5. I deleted MT4 and MT5. Lie, I'm
At
not
that
doing
point,
this.
you're like, I'm done with
Of
trading.
course. Of course, I was like, I'm done with trading, right? So I deleted my MT4, MT5. Like, no, I'm not doing this. I can't count how many times I've done that. Like, deleted MT4. I'll not
That was
restore
your
it
coping
again.
mechanism.
Exactly. That was my coping mechanism. At least for that moment, right? Just
Yeah.
deleted. I don't want anything to do with the chat. Just left it like, again, this. Deleted MT4, MT5, and then went to just relax, stay, go talk to people, meet friends, and discuss. Of course, those were my close friends because not everyone. I didn't want everybody to know what I was going through at that point, at that time. So my close friends, I would just speak with them. This what happened, and what happened. So what's the way forward, and all of this. So I had people I could communicate with, go meet them, and then we talk. watch movie, or after maybe playing watching movie, and then I see that okay, probably I'm not yet distracted enough from that what's it called, loss. Play video
Okay.
games, yes, just looking for ways to cool off my brain and not to think about. And I'll sleep too. Goodness, I sleep. At those periods, I'll force myself to sleep because those were my ways of escaping that reality, right? But then after waking up, I'll ask myself, this thing has happened. It has happened already.
Mm.
The losses is here. You have to deal with it, and then just move on. Just move on.
It's like moving on
Yes.
from a major
Yes.
heartbreaking relationship.
So, like I'm saying, right? Like I was saying, the truth is, you have to move on. Personally, and I was young as at that time. I was young, so there's a lot of energy. If once you fail at one thing, you just maybe you you become maybe sad for a moment, and then
Right.
from that point, you just bounce back. Find a way to just bounce back. Find a way to
So
just
time heals. Is that what you're trying to say? Time really
depending
heals.
on the wound, actually. Time heals, but then I would say you also have to be intentional too, right? So at those moments, I just find ways to move on. You can't dwell on that. And theory level, I had other things I could focus on, right? Once the charts just show me shaggy like this, I run to my book, read, these are these, I'll now invest. And funnily, when I started trading, it started affecting my academics in a way, right? Because I was spending a lot more time like on the chart, while my academics, I wasn't reading that much again. So anytime I had any major loss like that, all those losses like that, whew, I just divert that energy, that 5 hours, 6 hours reading straight. I'll just read, not because I want to, but that was a way of me escaping.
So
Like,
for every loss you had,
yes, you
you had
read. You read. I was studying economics now. Open the chart, open the book, read for 6 hours straight, back to back. And then once you're done, you feel like, okay, if trading does not work, at least this
to
planning.
go.
So that was one thing I think I was doing that moment to help me, resolve trading. Of course. And now, not to sound religious, but then I will go and then cry to God.
And David encouraged himself in the Lord.
Oh, bro, I've been assist. Sis, I cried, man. Of course, I had those moments. I was just, God, what's happening? God, what is happening? And cry very well. That's why I said I was surprised when guys on the team, of course, you guys are pro trader, said you've never cried, you've never run an account. I was just smiling in the background because I knew 100% of everything they said, I've done it, right? So that's just the summary of my story. The way I handled losses that moment. And I would say the way I handled it was because of my limitation in what I knew as at that time. That was the best way I felt I could have, handled it best or better.
That was really profound. So, do you have any word for beginners? Do you have any word for beginners out there who are struggling with trading, experiencing losing streaks, and feel like giving up? They're like, this is not working. It's not for me. So, what do you have to tell them? Should they give up or should they still persevere?
Okay. So the truth is now, if I take a loss, right, it's not like that time. I want to know what is the root cause. Unlike before, that was running away from that reality.
Yeah.
It's something for you now to accept as a trader. Taking losses is part of the game, right? You have to come to terms with that. That
Yeah.
in this game, don't take loss as you're failing. Take it as a lesson, right? So if you had a loss in the market, and what type of loss exactly again? Is it that you've blown an account or one of your trade just eat SL? That could be a loss. So you have to define exactly what that loss is. If it's a loss of you blowing an account, you have to ask yourself question about, okay, what happened? Is it a risk management problem? Do I even really have a strategy at all? Because truly speaking, you will say risk management is the holy grail, right? But for somebody that does not have any strategy, you will blow the account even with risk management. Just that you blow it slowly.
Yeah.
Right? If
But
you don't
eventually.
exactly, eventually, it's like you don't have a plan or you don't have an edge in the market, right? There's no point saying all risk management would be in that condition is to just reduce the rate at which your money will go. Say you're supposed to be blowing it, let's say on a $10,000 account, you're supposed to be blowing it, say 1,500. Risk management plan, $100. You just be blowing gradually, $100 will just be going. Before you know, by the end of the year, the money will have reduced to maybe 40% or 60% of the entire equity. You use risk management,
Yeah.
but then do you really have an edge? So there are questions of having an edge in the markets. Do you have something that is working? Are you sure about your strategy? Right? You have to know your strategy like the back of your palm. Yeah? Like you have to be really sure. Like how many times does this thing work? How many times? You have to be that sure. What is your risk to reward ratio? What is your average risks per trade? All of these things, you have to be sure on that strategy. What are you looking for when you open the chart? Can you explain your strategy in, say, in less than 5 lines? What you're looking to see. Don't overcomplicate things. Can you explain it to a fellow trader? This is what I'm planning. This is what I plan to see in the market. This is what I'm planning to see. This is what I plan to see. And they can clearly go to each of your trade that you took and see the same thing across all your trades. So until you have all of these things sorted out, that's one thing. The next thing is psychology, trading psychology. I just discovered recently that, truly speaking, if you are going to do achieve certain level of result in this industry of trading, you have to have audacity. Like it takes a level of audacity.
Coconut head.
Yes, to really make money from the market. Because imagine you entering a position or a trade, and the market has gone 1:1 in your favor, and your trade plan says you're sticking to 1:3, or with the setup itself, the setup is 1. That confidence, boldness, and that audacity for you, that you have to be audacious to be like, I'm staying here. There are two things involved. Either this trade is going to my TP or is going to my SL. Of course, if the trade changes or there's any technical change from your own technical setup, you can choose to maybe break even or just leave the trade.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that cannot be the case every day, every trading day. So I'm saying you have to be audacious when it comes to trading to really make giant stride, right? So like what I was saying, the first one is the edge issue, right? Do you have an edge in the market? Do you really have an edge in terms of strategy?
Yeah.
Right? Not just risk management. Of course, risk management is the holy grail or but without an edge, you will blow the account slowly. So the second is trading psychology. You have to tackle that also, your trading psychology. Is it that you've lost confidence? There are times like that. To be fair and to be sincere, probably maybe 2 of my trades SL, 3 of my trades SL. I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then I check, I discover it's not setup issue, not an edge issue, and then I'm beginning to lose confidence in the market. One of the things I do is I go on my small account, say Saint account or a small standard account, or even a demo account, and begin to take trade there. Just to the goal is just to build confidence back, right?
Yeah.
And then, or even opening on that same account, opening a very small position, not to make big money, just to gain that level of confidence that, okay, guy, you're on the right path. This thing actually works. You just the market doing this stuff. So be composed and then continue with the journey. So that's one thing I do personally, right? Whenever I see that, man, you're losing confidence in your setup, you're not taking trades again. Instead of
because of the losses exactly.
Instead of just saying, no, I'm losing confidence. I'm losing confidence is one thing. The second thing is handling that situation. So me, I'm like, if this is happening, what should I do next? Right? So if that is happening, I just go to my demo account, sent account, open a small position, and then let the trade run. So with that, once I see the trade materialize and eating TP again, all those things, I begin to build that confidence back, and then I can size up. So that's the way I handle losses now. Yeah.
That's really nice. That's really profound.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Demola, for coming. This has really been value packed. Hope to see you again next time.
Yes, thank you.
All right, you have heard from Demola Global. He's not Demola Global for not value packed. Thank you so much for staying through. See you in next episode. Peace out.